This is gonna be a talking video. If you guys don't like those, skip this video. But it is time to unconfuse a lot of people in my life. By the title of this video, we're gonna be talking about what's my relationship status? Am I in a relationship? Okay. This is like, first of all, I just want to disclaim that I'm talking about this because I'm okay with talking about it, some of it. But it is my own personal business, and those who have been asking and bugging me about it, not very appreciated. So let's start from the beginning. We're going to be talking about the two most, I want to say, important men in my life. I'm not really going to say that because I have a lot of important men in my life, like my uncles and my dad and everything. And also, I'm really sorry for this weird lighting. But I'm going to be talking about the two guys that I've had a thing for. 2018, I met Parker. You guys probably don't even think he's real at this point because he's never been in any of my videos. And so I talk about him, but that is because he's not really a camera type of person. He's more of a behind the scenes person. Well, there's a lot of things that destroyed Parker and I's relationship, and to be honest, we should have just let it go after a couple of months, but we fought and fought for 4 years. And music was the thing that started it. He wanted to do music and theater all the time, 24/7, and I was okay with doing theater and learning some music, but I wasn't okay with doing it all the time and making a career out of it. Sure, I'd like to be an actress, but anyway, so that caused a lot of issues between us because that's all he wanted to do and I wanted to do more fun stuff. And the truth behind Parker and I was there was something that happened to Parker before I even met him that caused a lot of restraints that we could do. And I'm not going to go into that. That's a very personal thing. That's his business. That is not mine to share publicly on YouTube. But something did happen, so it's really hard to talk about Parker and I's relationship and why it went so downhill and where it is now because of that current situation. Hopefully the situation will be over with soon. But yeah. So last year I made a video called Why We Broke Up, discussing that it was a very toxic relationship, that I was feeling like I was unwanted and unloved. And I don't know if I mentioned what I did last year, but I did something that made a lot of things blow up between us. We have not been able to contact each other for over a year now, but that ends in 2 weeks. So there's a little bit of a nervous Nelly in me because of that situation. So here's the question that everybody keeps asking me. Am I still in love with Parker, and why would I be willing to talk to him? Well, I'm not still in love with Parker. I can say that I loved our past, some of it, obviously not all of it because it was very toxic. But we did have a lot of good memories together too, and those I will cherish, and I do love those parts of our relationship. I'm not in love with Parker currently. Why would I be willing to talk to him when I can? That's a whole different story in itself that even I don't even think that I could explain that well. I think Parker just has a huge impact on my life. He helps me write my songs, and he's funny, and we've just been through a lot of stuff together, and we've defended each other time and time again, and it's So I guess I kind of feel like I owe it to him to be a halfway decent person to him, even though it was a toxic relationship. Now, the question that is on everybody's mind. Am I in a relationship with Jason? So, if you've been watching, a few months ago, I met with Jason. We met through like Facebook dating because at the time I thought I was ready. Turns out I wasn't. Personal story. But we continued to hang out and have fun as friends. That was back in like November, December. It was right around Nutcracker time. In fact, he even went to go see me in the Nutcracker, which was really awesome to me. And he must know that I'm talking about him because he literally just texted me. Am I in a relationship with Jason? No. I am not in a relationship with Jason. The other question is, if I'm not in a relationship with Jason, do I see myself with him? I'm gonna be very blunt here. Yes. I could see myself very happy with Jason. I could. Right now, though, him and I, as well as my parents, we've all talked this stuff over, and right now it's just, I just barely moved down to Florida. I'm struggling a little bit because it's very hard to find an apartment here, because I'm literally staying in a friend's. So I'm really struggling. I haven't even started dance class yet, but I do in like 2 weeks. And he's up in Vermont still. So it's really hard to even want to try to establish a relationship between us when there's such a great distance. But there's also the fact that, like, I said I was willing to talk to Parker, and that's until Parker and I can establish in the next couple of weeks what's going to happen between us, whether we're going to continue to fight all the time, whether we're going to be friends, whether we're going to stop talking. I need to know for certain what he thinks, what he wants, what I want, what I think, kind of stuff like that, before I can make a choice. The breakup isn't really fresh between Parker and I, so I can't say that, like, oh, well, it's still fresh in my brain and I need time to move on. But there's just so much about to go down with him and kind of with me in the next couple of weeks / months here. So it's a very tough situation. Now, Jason is super sweet. He's really nice. He's not bad looking. And he's just an overall great guy. He's great at golf, and he teaches me how to golf. Now, the thing is, it was like, you know, why do you let Jason teach you golf, but you wouldn't let Parker teach you music? Well, because music is the thing that tore us apart to begin with. And then by the time I decided that I was wanting to learn music, it was too far programmed into my brain that music was the enemy, and I don't think that that's going to really change anytime soon, because I have such a hatred for it breaking us up the first couple of times. When I golf with Jason, I'm learning something new, and I'm having a good experience. And I'm not being forced to do it either. Like, I felt very pressured into being perfect with music and theater with Parker, but I don't have to be perfect at golf. I just have to tolerate it, which I do. So Jason and I have talked several times about, am I ever going to be ready to be in a relationship? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to have a family together? Well, right now, all those questions, I can't answer. Neither could he. But do I see myself with him potentially when all this with Parker is done? Yeah. Because Jason's a great guy. And I'm not saying that Parker's a bad person. I'm really not. Because he's a good person. I just personally don't think he's a very good boyfriend. He's very egotistical sometimes. He wants to do his own thing. And I've learned to accept that over the years. I didn't accept it at first, which caused more tension between us. So here's the main question. Am I in a relationship? No. No, I'm not. I'm kind of at the point where I'm going with the flow. Like, if I meet somebody and it works, great, but I'm not gonna force myself into a relationship. Like, I kind of just want it to happen naturally. And if it does happen naturally and it doesn't work out within the first couple of like months, I know better now than to not stay. So this is literally 11 minutes of me talking about my ex-boyfriend and my current, I'm gonna say, crush. Because, and this is probably boring to a lot of you, but those have been asking, my family and my friends, and maybe even some of you who are curious here on my YouTube, that's your answer. I'm not in love with Parker. I'm willing to be his friend. I'm not necessarily in love with Jason, but I'm willing to try and make it work in the future when my mind is all cleared and I'm good and I'm like, not necessarily stress-free, but like less stressed. And I'm not in a relationship because I'm really just trying to work on myself. So with all that being said, now everyone can stop asking. And I don't know if I want to say I hope you enjoyed this video because it was kind of weird and it was different than what I like. It's not really a vlog. But you may all go back to your regular scheduled lives, and I will have a vlog up on Friday. See you guys then. And, yeah. Bye.